Welcome to Fat Over 40. My name is Miles, and in this episode we're going to look at stop making excuses and take some action. Now, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. There's a new film every single Friday, and if you like what you hear, then give us a thumbs up. If you know someone who's continually making excuses about not starting their weight loss journey, then please share this with them. But more importantly, comment down below and let me know what you think. Get involved. I love reading your comments and I reply to every single one of them. Now, do these sound familiar? I haven't got time. I'll do it tomorrow. I've just been so busy. All of these really common excuses, I've heard a lot of them lately, from YouTubers, from friends, the excuses, the reasons as to why they don't get on with their exercise routine. Now, look, you can't out-train a bad diet, so it's important for your weight loss that you eat right, but and exercise. And exercise probably takes about 20-25% of that, but it's so important in lots of other ways, not just weight loss. Your health. Now, I've had a lot of new subscribers, and thank you very much for joining us. So maybe I just need to explain a little bit as to why at the end of my videos I say don't die fat. All right, it's a nice little sort of funny sign-off line, but there's nothing funny about dying early, I guess. Now, these are some pictures of me only a few years ago. I was Mr. Lazy. I was making those excuses. It was like, do you know what, I'll start next week. Or as my friend said the other day, I'll start back in January on my exercise. Well, look, that's fine if you're sort of fit and healthy, but when you're weighing in over 21 stone, that's just not a good thing. This little picture here, this was me at 42. You might be wondering why I'm showing you a picture of a sort of like it looks like a rash on my side. This is the burn mark that was produced from me having something called cardioversion. So at 42 years of age, I had atrial flutter. So I was having to take warfarin, which is a blood thinner. So that meant if I cut myself, I wouldn't stop bleeding. And cardioversion, in essence, what they do is they stop your heart and restart it. So, I was like killed and then brought back to life. And that was meant to sort of reset my heartbeat, which it did for a little while. And then I went back to my old ways of not exercising, eating and drinking too much. Drinking was a big factor within this. And my atrial flutter came back. And it developed as well into atrial fibrillation, which flutter is when it sort of goes fast, and fibrillation is when it goes all over the place. And at 43, I had full-blown heart surgery, where they went up inside my heart and basically burnt the inside of my heart, which wasn't very nice. And that was my real wake-up call to take some action. Now, I might look a bit disheveled this morning, and I haven't shaved, and that's because I got up at 5:30 this morning and went to the gym. It's now 7:30, I'm ready to start my day. Now, I'm not being a smoker. Oh, sorry. I know I've got some younger viewers that watch this. I heard that some of them are in their early 30s. But, honestly, I'm not being smug. I was that person making those constant excuses. And the reason why I got up early this morning is because my wife wants me to go out on a nice day with her today. We're going to have a little day trip into London. But that meant that I couldn't go to the gym at the time that I was going to go to. So instead of sort of saying, bollocks to it, I'm not going to go to the gym today, I set my alarm for 5:30, got up super early and went and got it done. Because I know I have to, because I don't want to go back to having more heart surgery. This is just something that I have to do, and I didn't want to be making those excuses. It was so easy to make an excuse this morning, but I got up and got it done. And what it's done is it's set me up for the day, and it's actually given me more energy. I can't really explain it, but the exertion actually gives you endorphins or something running through my body, and I actually feel pretty good. So I don't just want to be lecturing down the camera. I want to be, what do I want to be doing? I want to be trying to give you some ways, some simple ways to actually kickstart yourself and to stop making those excuses. And it's not just a question of saying, oh, well, just don't do it. You will need to do some exercise. What about 10 minutes? What about just putting 10 minutes in your day to do some exercise, to look after yourself, to make sure that you don't die fat? Yeah? I'd recommend that you do it first thing in the morning. Get up, get out of bed, and just do this simple 10-minute workout. And I tell you what, it will start to kickfire your body and start to get you motivated to do more fitness. Now, it is just 10 minutes. You don't need any equipment. You don't need to go to a gym. You don't even need to get dressed. Yeah, you can do this in the buff if you like, right? But whatever you do, just do it. Now, it's very simple. We're going to work for 10 minutes and then we're going to do a different exercise on every minute. So for the first minute, we're going to do 20 air squats. Everyone can do an air squat. It doesn't matter how deep you go as low as you can go. All you're doing is going down and up, and this is starting to fire up your posterior chain, your sort of the hamstrings and your bum and your quads. Yeah, the biggest muscles in your body are in your legs. So let's fire those up. On the second minute, we're going to do something called an L sit. So we're going to lean against the wall and deliveries. So for the second minute, we're going to do something called an L sit. We're all good at sitting down, right? Well, this is just sitting down for 30 seconds of that minute. So let me just recap. On the first minute, you're going to do 20 squats. As soon as you've done your 20 squats, you can rest for the rest of the minute. So if you get them done in 15 seconds, you can rest for 45 seconds. If it takes you 45 seconds, you're only going to rest for 15 seconds. Then on the second minute, you're going to sit against the wall and hold that position nice and tight for 30 seconds and rest for the rest of the minute. And then you're going to repeat that. So you're going to do squats, then wall sits, then squats, then wall sits until your 10 minutes is up. Right, I'll show you what you've got to do.
Right, so here we go. You can do these wherever you like. Just make sure that you've got a wall, I guess, for your L-sits. Right, so get your phone set up so you can see your phone. Set yourself a running clock and start with the 20 air squats. So, bit of technique here. If you can, try and get yourself as low as you possibly can. If you can break parallel with your bum, so your bum gets below your knees, then that's great. Try and keep your torso as upright as possible, and you can see I sort of use my hands as like a counterbalance. It doesn't matter how quickly or how slow you do these, just try and get all 20 done within the minute. The quicker you get them done, the more of the minute you've got to rest. Now, when it comes to weight loss, you know, I've still got a long way to go, and there's some proof that my belly is still hanging around. Now, your back nice and flat against the wall with your L-sit. So nice and flat. We're waiting for the minute here to sort of roll up. And with your legs, you're looking for that nice 90-degree right angle at your knees, and your back needs to be flush against the wall. If you can fit your hand sort of in a gap between your lower back and the wall, then you need to reset and push your back a little bit tighter. So we're looking for 30 seconds. It will start to burn your legs, but hold yourself tight, breathe through it. And if you do this sort of every morning, just for 10 minutes, you will start to sort of break that excuse cycle, yeah? You're getting on with it. Well done.
Whew. Right, so there we go. How did you get on? What a breath. Now, all you need to do is to repeat that, yeah? So for the first minute, 20 air squats, rest for the remaining of the minute. On the second minute, do your L sit, 30 seconds, and rest for the remaining of the minute, and then repeat, yeah? And if you can go longer, then go do it for longer. If you can only do it for 5 minutes, then do it for 5 minutes. But the bottom line is just do something, yeah? Now, I don't know if you've already seen the collaboration I did recently with 10 other YouTubers. It's a fantastic collab, and we're going to be repeating this in 3 months' time, so doing a follow-up. So click on the link there and watch those videos. And if this has inspired you to get cracking with your exercise, then check out my exercise playlist. There's loads of really simple exercises that you can crack on with there. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. There's a new film every single Friday. So, if you make one change this week, stop making excuses so you don't die fat.